Both the BTM and the EYE Opener training course are residential training courses. BTM is essentially a 3.5-day training course, and we felt that to give EYE Opener the scope it needs, to involve young people as well as youth leaders, we would have to extend the length of the course. So EYE Opener is a 4.5-day training course. We also increased the numbers involved because we were introducing the idea of pairings between workers and young people. So any youth worker attending or youth leader attending has to be accompanied by a young person. And as in some countries, such as the UK, it would not really be feasible from a safeguarding point of view for an individual worker to come along with a young person. We also introduced the possibility of pairings where there are two workers, but we do ask that two young people accompany them because we want to maintain that balance. So we tend to have about 40 participants on the EYE Opener training course as opposed to about 30 on BTM. And for this reason we felt that it required 3 trainers delivering the course, because there will be times when we run parallel program, not necessarily parallel in terms of theme, but parallel meaning at the same time, for adults, youth leaders that is, and young people, where we might want to deliver different components of training. So with 3 trainers we have the flexibility to do that. At any one time we can be delivering three training components, so to speak. We recognise that we would have to, in order to tackle the general, let's say the overwhelming, or the general kind of authority domination, the general domination, that's the word I was looking for, the general domination of adults in situations like this, we devised the program so that there was more bias towards youth components, you know, in terms of the interactivities, the pace of the program. We thought very carefully about the kind of input that we should deliver. And after the first course, we've run 2 courses now, one in the Netherlands and one in Finland, and I attached the reports of both of those. We finally come to the conclusion, after the second of the 2 programs in Finland, that when we deliver the next, which will be in July of this year, this is currently April, and we will be delivering in Portugal this time. We're going to introduce 3 new shapings, if you like, leanings within the program, based on what we've learnt from assessments that we've done, the evaluations we've done with everybody. We found that 1 or 2 of the program components, for example, we have something called learning space dynamics, a component, an activity in which learners can select their own learning. There's a whole variety of learning activities, and learners within a certain framework have the opportunity to select, move from one learning possibility to another. We found that the young people didn't really engage with that. It wasn't structured effectively for them. It was too open, it was too loose. It worked for the adults, but not so much for the young people. So we we've examined that, and we will be approaching that in a very different way this time, with far more interactive activities available for young people. Secondly, we've decided that we will allow young people, it will always be young people who give feedback before adults. So when, for example, we break into adult groups and young people groups, it will be the young people who always give the feedback and who ask the questions first. We did this to some extent with the previous two courses, but we've realised that from what young people are saying and from the way the course has evolved, that really we need to put them in the driving seat, so they are the ones driving from the very beginning. And finally, though we did this flexibly on the first two courses, we need to really build in more structurally more breaks, offering mobile activities, games, team development activities, because at times the program became a little too static for young people. So they're the three most recent innovations that we will be exploring in the next course as a result of the whole process of evaluation that has occurred to date. There will be documents relating to the EYE Opener attached to this portfolio, and in those you can read perhaps a little more deeply the idea behind EYE Opener, and look at the program itself and the way it's designed.